members, students, so they may grow towards responsible global citizenship. And the education activity helps in empowering and inspiring all students to excel as a lifelong learners. As rightly said by Anonymous, the socio-technical education through different activities leads to the growth of not only IEEE volunteers, but also the participants by empowering and inspiring them through involvement. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to this magnificently glorious day. The dearest audience, hold on to your hearts because you may eventually discover the beauty of this beautiful morning as the event eventually starts blooming. Because, as you know, the IEEE Region 10 Education Activity Committee strives for such lifelong learning of a member through impactful activities and is always a step ahead in supporting all organization units for conducting the events globally. It is a matter of privilege for me, Amoli Belsare from IEEE Region 10 ES Committee, on behalf of the organizing team, to welcome you all here. Moreover, on this splendid day, we have gathered here to formally get familiar with the IEEE Region 10 educational activities and support by IEEE Region 10 through the most awaited event of EA Committee in 2021, and that is today's Educational Activity Orientation Workshop. So we are now opening this event with the welcome remarks and preamble by Dr. Preeti Bajaj, Chair, IEEE Region 10 EAC. So now I cordially invite Dr. Preeti Bajaj to take over. Ma'am, please.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our guest from US. Education is committed to educating and nurturing all members, students, as so that they may grow towards responsible global citizenship. The Education Activity Committee, EAB, they support to lifelong learning of engineers and technology professionals. On behalf of Region 10 Education Activity Committee, I welcome to this morning Region 10 Director, Mr. Deepak Mathur, Mr. Jami, Managing Director, EAB, Lorena, the Education Activity Team of 2021-2022, the section chairs, secretaries, the education activity coordinators, chapter chairs, and above all, IEEE volunteers. We are gathered here for getting familiarized with IEEE Region 10 educational activities, the new project openings, and above all, what Education Activity Board and Education Activity Committee offers you as in different products. I'm extremely privileged to welcome the Region 10 Director, Mr. Deepak Mathur, who has always been proactive for motivating all the IEEE volunteers, the great leader, and also above all, he is the way he foresee the futuristic way, his the visualizing and taking the team ahead. I'm thankful for him for motivating us since beginning of this formation of this committee to take out the very and allowing us to take out different projects, giving us full autonomy. And because of that, we are here to offer you number of projects through which have been already open. And in today's orientation workshop, we are going to take you through these project openings, how you can apply for projects, how what will be the deadline, how the team would be there to support you, how education activity board is closely, how the EAC is closely working with EAB board. So all these things would be covered through the different presentations. So the outline of this program would be the opening remarks by Region 10 Director, announcement of project openings, demonstration of IEEE Region 10 funding portal, especially for education activities by Dr. Aliza, education activity products by Jamie, Managing Director IEEE EAB, orientation on Tri-Engineering and STEAM portal by Lorena Gracia, reaching local initiatives by Dr. Takako, who is also project in charge for this orientation workshop, reaching local initiative in Japan and in Region 10 by Dr. Takako, Ravi Kumar Tiwari and Usman Ali, and finally concluding remarks. So with this, once again, on behalf of Region 10 Education Activity Committee and my personal hub, I welcome you all. And before moving ahead, I would like to introduce everyone the Region 10 Education Activity Committee for 2021 and 2022. So starting from advisor Lance Funk, we have Tariq from Karachi section, we have Amoli from Nagpur subsection, we have Aliza from Malaysia section, we have Rajneesh from Singapore section, and then Dr. Takako from Tokyo section. The reaching local ambassadors will have, it starts from OV, so Indonesia section, Lalita from Hyderabad section, again Dr. Takako, who is very pioneer member in reaching local from Japan. Dr. Tao is a new addition from China. Professor Pohung from Taiwan. Dr. Nandan from Kerala. Dr. Yamuna from Kerala again. Professor Chin Wan from Beijing. Lim Lee from Hong Kong. Ravi Kumar Tiwari from Nagpur. And Usman from Lahore. And Professor Rain from Beijing. So this is our small team and we will be there all the time to help you out. Once again, welcome to all the leaders, section chairs, and all IEEE volunteers. And with this, I invite you, the technologist and the strategist, and then our everyone's, favorite leader of Region 10, Mr. Deepak Mathur, for his opening remarks. Thank you, sir, for sparing your precious time for this small workshop. Over to you, Deepak, sir. I'm just sharing this, your presentation.
So thank you, Dr. Preeti. It is really great honor and privilege to be with you all, this dynamic EAC team. And I would like to thank especially Dr. Amoli for her contribution for organizing these kind of event and following up with all volunteers and volunteer leaders. So Dr. Amoli, whatever you do for IEEE and especially for EAC, that is really commendable. So the idea of an orientation of this committee orientation program for this committee is very good, and I'm sure this is going to help in an effective way and efficient way of this committee. I would like to congratulate each one of you to be part of Region 10, and you make a really a great team of for Region 10, and I appreciate your time and effort for IEEE and for Region 10. EAC is working very proactively, and I have seen very closely that, and it has contributed immensely even in the start of this 2021. And I'm sure this pace will continue, and we would be achieving greater heights as far as the Region 10 EAC is concerned. And but for more than 1 year, we have seen a lot of virtual events, and virtual events are coming in a large way. So we have to be organizing our virtual events, and for that I would like to just share a word of caution or a word of advice that when we are organizing virtual event, we have to be very innovative and very creative in engaging our members and volunteers. And I'm happy to see that most of our committee in Region 10, they are doing that. And we have to focus on how to add value through our programs. That is very important. and our events and programs should have some value in that, and it should be, when I talk about value, then it should also have for members as well as for volunteers. So if we focus on that, then that will address member retention, member recruitment, and that member retention, member recruitment will be through member satisfaction, and that is going to sustain. So we have to just mind our events. It should be value added. And the another thing which we are focusing in Region 10 for 2021 and 2022 is the collaborative approach. So we are not going to work in isolation. We have to collaborate with other activities. For example, educational activities should collaborate with young professional student activities. And the most important thing which I'm seeing in Region 10 is that our life member committee is very, very active, and they are thinking ahead. And I have seen their involvement in SYWL and in many other events. So if we can collaborate with their life member activities, probably we'll get the experience and richness what our life members have. So this orientation program will be a grand success, I am sure. And when I was talking to Dr. Preeti Bajaj, she was just telling, why don't you share a bit overview of Region 10. Initially, I was not planning, but I thought it is always good. And thank you, Dr. Preeti, for advising me for that. So this is my presentation. I will be going through this presentation very quickly. Can we have next slide, please? So it is a bit of history of Region 10. And when IEEE was formed in 1963, by the merger of IRE and AIEE, IRE, this Institute of Radio Engineers, and the American Institute of Electrical Engineers, then IEEE retained the organizational structure of IRE. And there were some region alignments and realignments in due course of time. And what we see today as Region 10, the Asia Pacific region, it was formed in 1981. Next slide. So this is the map of Region 10, and if you see that we are having very diverse, very vast area in Region 10. If you see in the north, we have Mongolia subsection. If you go to the west, we have got Afghanistan subsection, and if you see the east part of Region 10, then we have Japan, we have Fiji subsection, and southmost part we have Australia and New Zealand. So we have 6 councils in Region 10. There's Korea, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, India, and China. Next slide. So we have got 59 sections, 40 subsections, and out of 40 subsections, we have 9 subsections directly under the region. So we have got close to 750 chapters, 113 affinity groups, and our endeavor is that YP and WI should be in each and every section of Region 10. And I'm happy to say that our volunteer leaders and our committee chairs of YP and WI, they are working hard for that, and I'm sure that this number is going to increase very soon. And previous slide, madam. Yes. So I would like to especially mention about the life members. As I mentioned before also, we have added very recently in the last month Singapore sections life member. We have increased 1 life member in this year, and I have seen that the life member committee is having very aggressive plan of reaching to somewhere around 50 to 20 sections where we see their possibility of making life members affinity group. We have got good number of student branches and good number of student branch technical society chapters. Next slide, madam. So we are a growing region. So we are largest, fast growing and diverse region. And if you see that our subsection, we have our number of subsections are growing very fast. And these subsections, many of the subsections from Region 10, they have potential to be elevated to the section. So the growth in Region 10 is quite evident, and in future we'll be seeing more sections in Region 10. Next slide. So this is our Region 10 EXCOM 2021-2022. You will see this is a very diverse when I say diverse as far as the countries are concerned, diverse in the age, diverse in the gender, and I'm really glad to say that we have got Toshi Fugda, our past president, and Professor Cookjin, our past VPMJ in our advisory committee. When I say about the diversity, diversity is very important. With diversity, we bring diversity of thoughts, we bring diversity of experience, and we bring diversity of ideas. So I'm very lucky to have a very talented pool of volunteers in our 2021-2022 Region 10 EXCOM. Next slide. So this is another initiative. In fact, the Region 10 is committed to have to bring more volunteers at Region 10 level to give them exposure of cross-culture Region 10. This is a very exhaustive list of volunteers. We have got somewhere around 110 plus or 120 plus volunteers at Region 10 subcommittees. And this is, and these, I'm happy to say that these are our future volunteer leaders. So we are engaging more volunteers in Region 10 committees. Next slide. So these are our thrust area. So these are two meetings which we do, and unfortunately we are doing this virtually. Recently we concluded Region 10 AGM in March 2021, and that was very well participated. Around 132 delegates participated in this meeting. Next slide, madam. These are our 4 flagship conferences, and 2020 we see all these conferences and the Congress turning into virtual one, though planned in in-person mode. But this time we have planned in such a way that we see that we have this in-person, and for 10 SIMP we have planned a hybrid one, though this is but we are expecting that we will be able to do this in-person meeting because our volunteers, they want to have face-to-face meetings. Next slide, madam. These are our thrust areas for different activities. Especially for educational activities, I would like that they should focus on entrepreneurship and career advancement programs, and I'm happy to see that they are already doing that. Next slide. These are some Region 10 priorities, and in fact, I would like to reiterate that we have to enhance member value, member satisfaction through section chapter collaborative programs. So all our committees should collaborate with them, and then we should work with student, and we should work with YPs, and our program should address their need. And reaching local, as you know, the Takako would be telling you in detail in in her talk, and I'm sure that is making a lot of impact. And recently what we did, we had a conference leadership program for China. I'm happy to say that we did use this reaching local initiative in a very effective way. And so all the presentation were in Chinese and English both. There was a China office member present there who was taking questions in Chinese and sending to the speakers in English. And we had a very interactive conference leadership program where we use the local language. Next slide. So these are some of the thoughts, and the most important philosophy which we should be focusing in Region 10 is that let our program speak, or let our programs create value to address member recruitment and member retention. Next slide, madam. So with this, I would like to thank you, each one of you, and let me acknowledge once again your contribution to IEEE. You all are doing a wonderful job. Let me also take this opportunity to acknowledge the efforts and hard work of our staff, their help and support, and that are much appreciated. And I would like to especially mention EVEL 10 of IEEE Singapore office for our contribution to our volunteer services. And let us be reminded that IEEE is member-centric, volunteer-driven or volunteer-led, and staff-supported organization. And together we form a great team. Thank you very much.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Hello, Preeti ma'am. You're on mute.
Thank you so much, Deepak sir. So on behalf of EAC committee, small e-memento, your great volunteership. It's always, you have beautifully projected and depicted the big picture about the region 10. It's the kind of volunteers we have, how geographically it is being spread, and then how the new projects, what will be the thrust areas, and how you are open for new suggestions as well. Thank you so much, and I'm happy to see and welcome many R-10 Exicom members. I could see Lance is there, and many other volunteers from councils and sections. Very warm welcome to once again to everyone. And with this, I just wanted to say we are open for collaborating with WIE, YP, and all innovative initiatives of every section, every education activity coordinators. And although the projects are 5, but we are always there to support you and to organize special workshops as per the requirements of your OU. With this, I would like to take you all through the different projects openings of EAC committee. So we started with a small call for appointment of education activity chairs, and we started compiling the data from various sections that we started in Jan. And I'm very happy that we have a very good database and information about all education activity coordinators, chapter chairs so far. One workshop was done in January by Education Activity Board about the EA products. But we thought of that many of you must have missed that workshop because it was in Jan. And we do have appointments of education activity coordinators by March. So 27 March today, we thought of to organize orientation workshop on various project openings, portals, reaching local initiative, which is going to be the thrust area for this year and next year as well. And we have we are updating our database through the Google Sheet, which we have created for especially education activity coordinators, through section outreach list of EAB, and also we have our own website which is linked on Region 10 website. You can visit the education activity website and the team would be showing you the different openings over there as well. Coming to first project, which is Region 10 New Innovation Challenge under educational activities. The team would be showing you details, but to encourage the creative and new innovative programs. So we are very open that how those programs could be, but then we are asking and we are inviting the applications from different OUs, sections and subsections, councils, wherein you can organize these innovative challenges in your OU, which will provide the values to IEEE members and alignment with the IEEE strategic goals, in particular lifelong learning. So there would be 2 categories, pre-university and university education, and the 10 commendation supports the Region 10 would give you the 250 USD from Region 10 with equal matching grant from the organizing OU. And the project has already been announced and the deadline would be 15th of April. The evaluation will be up to 30th April and we will notify you by maximum by 15th of May. So it's about innovative education is all about. In last couple of years, we are all talking about education 4.0, and especially in this pandemic in last 2 years, 1.5 years, lot of innovations have been done, and especially in teaching learning, the education activity products, and it was a game changer in education field. And I'm sure you all will organize these innovation challenge for IEEE volunteers, for students, for teachers, with the and the thrust, and which will be, we will encourage if it could be based on the thrust areas of Region 10, which Deepak sir has just narrated. Coming to the next project, which is there for social media challenge under educational activities. Well, this is about whatever activities and projects you are doing and whatever R10 EAC activities we are carrying out. If you have participated in those or you have attended those, so if you can share your these learning from these education activities on in social media, maybe at least 4 social media, or else you have conducted any activities of reaching local, or you have ensured that after conducting that activity there are good number of views in social media platform, then there would be an incentive. So this is kind of incentive after all projects are done. So again, we have announced this project and the deadline would be 15th of June, because we visualize that by that time many activities would be done and then you can have good stuff to be shared in social media. And the deadline to evaluation period will be up to 25th of July and the decision will be 30th July. The third and important project is reaching local initiatives, although we have a separate presentation, but reaching local initiatives through STEAM and tri-engineering. Here, IEEE Region 10 OUs are invited to conduct the activities for reaching out to the community with local languages. As we have seen the Region 10, which is very, very diverse, so to raise the awareness of IEEE brand and logo, to enhance the public understanding of engineering and technology, to provide the trusted source of educational resources and services, to inspire the worldwide audience and expand the knowledge for benefit of humanity. We have already, based on this awareness workshop, every month we are targeting at least 10 activities of reaching local can be organized. And for every activity, we would support you with a minimum 150 USD and award of appreciation to an individual ambassadors, those who will be taking these initiatives, education activity chairs, the sections and councils as well. And we have good budget as well for this. I encourage all of you to participate in this. Many videos have been recorded for how IEEE would be beneficial. Many technology videos have been 8 hours. Technology videos have been recorded, and we will give you detailed demonstration. The team members would be there in the next part of this workshop. And in this initiative, either you can have in local language, the program can be in local language with the titles, subtitles can be in English, or else it can be in the bi-language, it can be in English and then you can have subtitles in the local language, or it can be a bi-language event as well. As Deepak sir has just given the example for the conference leadership program, which is very recently being organized in China. The next project, which is about call for workshop on tri-engineering and STEM under educational activities. So workshop on tri-engineering and STEM enables IEEE volunteers to share their technical expertise, demonstrate the application of engineering concepts to support teaching and learning of science, maths, and technology disciplines. Again, this would be, so we shall support each OU with 150 USD with the matching grant of 150 USD for the section. And 10 such workshop we will be selecting in a year, and project has been announced and the last date would be 15th of April. The links are also given and we will take you, if you can visit R10 website, you will be finding all these projects are, announced there as well. Proposal 5, and this is the last project. So this is about call for capacity building workshop, because education is a broad segment, and then you can see a lot of things. It's much beyond education activity. We will say in broad sense, how would be the nation's education policy? How would be the curriculum development? How the accreditations would take place? What about the disruptive technologies? Since when we should engage the students in disruptive technologies? And then all about education 4.0. So we invite, call for workshop for all these leadership capacity building workshops on engagement activities to on the topics which are mentioned but not limited to. And 8 such workshops, wherein we want it has to be, minimum 5 OUs to be involved. Why we have come out with minimum 5 OUs? Because education policy one cannot decide alone. So how would be the education policy amongst the different countries, and then how they are going with what are the learning lessons from each other, how we can share, how is the curriculum development process in each section, or maybe each state, or it could be each country. So how is the accreditation support, how we are following outcome based education, how the disruptive technologies knowledge is being percolated down to every student, and how about having ICT enabled education 4.0. So these capacity building workshops we encourage everyone to organize. If we can target one workshop in every month, having 4-5 OUs coming together would be really great. The R-10 would support 250 USD, and 250 matching grant would be from the section. So these are all about projects, and above all, we will have the education activity awards, which will be soon announced. And this is in some nutshell about these 5 projects, the links and the deadlines. And the announcement is already done. The deadlines for the submitting the report is also being shared on the screen. So with this, Amoli, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the outline and guidance on the different EA products and project openings. Now I request Dr. Aliza Eni for a demonstration of newly developed IEEE Region 10 funding portal to submit the various proposals by different organizational units. And we will take you to the website how you should submit the proposals for these openings, which Preeti ma'am just have told you. So over to you, Aliza, first.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Hi everyone. So I'm Aliza Aini Muhammad Ralib, and I will show to you how to use the R10 funding portal.
Aliza, full screen. Full screen.
Oh, sorry. Okay, 1 minute. Set up slideshow. Is it okay now, ma'am?
Now it's okay.
Okay. Now it's better, right? Okay. So this is the first time that for all the proposals, we already launched the IEEE R10 funding portals for not only for EE, for also for other proposals. So all the proposals under the reward reimbursement should be submitted to this IEEE R10 funding portal, and this is the link. Okay. So first of all, when you log in, go to the website. So you need to register. So just click on the register as the user, and this registration need to be verified. So the team will take at most 24 hours to verify the account. So we really advise all of the applicants to register earlier before the deadline. So because it will take some time to verify the account. Okay. So once the account have been verified, so you just need to log into the systems and use the username and the password as received. And as mentioned by Prof. Preeti just now, we have 5 proposals from the EA. So all the articles for call proposal will be available in the website at this article tab. So we have home, article, help, contact, and feedback. So you just need to go to this article tab, and then you can see all the proposals, not only from EA, but also from WIE and other proposals. Okay. So these are the proposals that have been explained by Prof. Preeti just now. So we have 2 types of proposal. The first 3 proposals that need endorsement from the section chair. The first one is the innovative challenge under EA activities. The second one is call for workshop on tri engineering and STEM. And the third one is call for capacity building workshop. Okay. So for all these 3 proposals, we need the endorsement from the section chair. But the other 2 proposals, that is reaching locals and social media, you can directly submit to us without endorsement. Okay, so this is the highlight. So for one user, you only can apply one application for the same proposal. So let's say for the same proposal, you would like to apply twice. So you need to have another user account because only one application proposal through a single ID is allowed in the system. Okay. And this is the flow for the proposal that need endorsement. There is try engineering, innovative challenge, and the call for capacity building workshop. So the one that it shows here is the event status. So in the portal, all the event status will be changed accordingly. So when you submit the proposal, the event status will be draft and then submitted and then pending for endorsement and endorsed and under review. And after that, either accepted or rejected. So if it is accepted, so you need to submit the report and the status will be changed to activity report pending. And after that, all the claim will be under review until approved. So you will receive email when the status will be changed from one to another. I will show you the email later. Okay. And how about the proposal that don't need endorsement after the draft and directly submitted? So instead it goes to the endorsement, it directly goes to under review, accepted or rejected, and the rest will be the same. So this is for only two proposals, that is reaching local initiatives and social media challenge. Okay, next. So when you go to the portal, so this is what you're going to see for the articles where you're going to see the details of the proposal. It can either be here or in our website, ea.ieee.org. Okay, and in here it goes to R-10 Educational Activity Committee. So there are 5 proposals as explained before. So just click which one that you want to apply. Okay, and it will pop up this window. So to make sure that you are submitting the correct proposal, just read again the name and description, and it will show active inside the proposal, means this proposal is open for all applicants before the deadline. So you just need to click the submit proposal and put on the title that you intend to put, and then a short description. Okay. And there is a start and end time. So this is optional. So if you know when to conduct the event, you just click this and the event time. If it is unknown yet, so you can just leave it optional. Same with the location name and location city. And but the below part here is important, where the organization unit type and the name and the section need to be correct. So please double check before you submit it. Either it is council, section, or subsection, and so on. Okay. And next, you just need to click next. So the one with the star button is the compulsory to fill. And there will be 5 tabs after you already fill all the details. So the second tab is the attachment, where you're going to attach the template of the proposal. The one that I showed before is just a summarize of the description, but it is compulsory for all to also fill in the template. And then the third tab is the endorsement. So you will put the endorser email such as the section chair, and the section chair will receive the email to endorse your proposal. And this is a notes for you to communicate with us if you have any problem. And this is last one is just the timeline. Okay. Okay. When you already fill the first view just now, this is what I'm saying before, the event status. So this event status will be changed either from draft, submitted, until to the claim under review. So you will receive email if this event status will be changed accordingly. Okay, for the first one, it will be draft. Okay, so as I mentioned before, you need to attach the proposal template. So we have uploaded all the template of the 5 proposal inside our website. You just need to go to download and download the template. So all this template need to be attached in the funding portal for us to see the details. Okay, and this is how we create the attachment. So you just need to have the attachment here, and please make sure to have this attachment of the proposal template before you submit the proposal. Okay, and on top, after you attach the template, so please make sure that the checkbox here is active so we can see the template. And after that, you directly goes to the double check on all the details and submit for review. So once you click submit for review, your event status will be changed to submitted and you will receive an email. So once the proposal has been submitted, no changes will be allowed unless we need some more information, then we will allow for addition. Okay, and R10 EA committee will review the proposal and we will notify the decision according to the event status, and you will be alert from the event status through the email. And on top of that, all the applicants should frequently check the website too. Okay. And this is an example of the email that you will receive once the status will be changed. So for example, here, new status is accepted. So you will receive this email and show that your proposal is in submitted or pending for endorsement. So every time the event status change, this one will be you will receive an email to alert all the changes. Okay, about the three proposals that need the endorsement by the section chair. So the applicants need to fill in the section chair for the endorsement, the email inside the funding portal. And the endorser will receive the email like this. And the endorser will click this link below to confirm the endorsement, and automatically we will receive and change the status to endorse and under review. Okay. And the last one, after your proposal have been accepted and the event have been conducted, so please fill in the post-event report and also the claim sheet for the reimbursement. And the template also available in the website. Okay. And there are three items that you need to submit after the event. The first one is the activity report. The second one is expense report. And the third one is the receipts. So please compile all the receipt in the single file. All of this report need to be submitted before 1st November 2021 in the portal, in the same portal. And we will review the report and let you know the decision made. Okay. And for that, Amoli will show you some live demonstration, and we also will record one video for the how to use the funding portal, and this video will be uploaded in R10 Reaching Local YouTube channel. Okay, for more details, you are welcome to visit our website, and also you're welcome to email us at region10eab@gmail.com. Over to you, Amoli.
Thank you so much, Aliza. Can I get the share rights, please? Okay, good morning all. The very nice description for how to submit the proposal to the R10 funding portal has been given by the Aliza. So looking forward now, a pre-validated account I have logged in. So once you logged in to this event portal, it will look like this. So here you can find out the different call for proposals under Region 10, and you can apply for any one. So this is the educational activity portal, and the 5 different call for proposals are open. You can click on any one and you can submit the proposal over here. If you want to go in details of the articles, you can just go to these articles and scroll down and get the details of the corresponding call for proposals, that what are the guidelines and what are the templates, what the steps you need to perform before submitting the proposal. Now, once you submit the proposal, as just informed by the Aliza, you can get the event status here also. Now, this is the dummy proposal which we have created. So we can go in edit because there is one submission. Now, when it is the edit mode, you can see the details, and if there is any update, you can make the update. Okay, once the proposal is submitted, you cannot make the updates unless and until admin allows you. Now, this can be done via the notes. So here you can send and receive notes. So if you want to send the notes to the admin regarding if there is some attachment is left, so you can add the notes, and once the admin allows that you have to create the note, and once it is allowed by the admin, you can submit the notes over here. Then the another thing is some proposals require the attachments. So as shown, so here you can create the attachment, and once you create the attachment, you can see the links that if you have attach the receipts or template or activity full report. All these are available over here. And for the endorsement purpose, if you need the endorsement for the corresponding proposal, you need to request the endorsement from this tab. Now the endorsement can be requested to the EA chair. For that, you require the endorser's email, his name, his position, and the message to the endorser, and then you can send the request. Once you send the request, no need to do anything. The endorsement will be endorsement email will be sent to the endorser. Once he confirm the endorsement, then you can see the status for the endorsement over here in your submission only. So in this way, every time you can check your account with the updates, and then you can see whether the endorsement is confirmed or not, like this. So if it is confirmed, you can get this as it is confirmed. But if it is not confirmed, you can get the status of the event in the detail tab, that whether it is endorsement is pending, claim is pending, or report is pending. In this way, you can log into your IEEE funding portal account, and you can get the updates on your proposal submitted to the IEEE Region 10 EAC. So if you are having any query related to the funding proposals, you can reach out us at the R-10 EAC email ID. So coming to the next portion, any event cannot succeed without the support from the leaders and mentors, so as this event. So in this next segment, now I request a global leader and mentor for educational activity, Jami Moish, Managing Director, IEEE EAB, to elaborate the IEEE EA products and resources available for use. Over to you, Jami, sir. You're not audible, sir.
Jami, shall I share your presentation, or you will like to present?
Preeti, if you'd like to share it, that's fine. And Amoli and Eliza, thank you very much for having me. I'm very impressed by the portal. It's something that many regions could learn from. Great job. Am I audible at this point?
Yes, yes, very good, Jami.
Great, great. And Preeti, you'll be sharing, or would you like me to pull it up?
What you will be comfortable.
If you want to pull it, show it on your screen, since you have
we are
easy
just
access,
sharing.
I'll just go next slide.
We are just sharing.
Great. And Deepak had it right when he got talking. This is everything we do is about member value and increasing member value. Your engagement as Region 10 volunteers, Region 9 has that similar passion, is phenomenal. We're very lucky to have so many passionate volunteers in Region 10. We in educational activities consider ourselves lucky to have you be driving your activities so hard as an organization. So keep up the great work. Preeti, I'm not seeing the slide. Are you?
Just 1 second. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. There we go. Great. Perfect. And now popping in. So many of you are involved in educational activities. Lance Fung was the chair. Takako has been dramatically involved. Takako in the Reaching Locals initiative with Director Nishihara. There's a lot happening in educational activities. We're so lucky to have Preeti engaged now. She's been involved with educational activities for quite some time. And like I said, driving activity in Region 10 is great. You'll see shortly that Lorena is going to present the new volunteer STEM portal in detail. I am certain it's going to be used a lot in Region 10. I think the key message from me about the STEM portal in advance is, if you are doing STEM outreach, and I know many of you are, and I know many of you know other people who are, please get those events posted in this new portal, because people in other areas, other sections, other subsections around the world can learn from the great activities you're doing and make it better. So please do post when you see that from Lorena. I'm going to be focused on many other activities because Lorraine is going to talk a lot about the pre-universities. So next slide. By the way, my email, I believe, Preeti, you'll be sharing the slides with everyone afterward? Great.
Yes.
Great. So my email is in the slides. I'll also post it in the chat. You are all welcome to email me with any suggestions, any ideas, any help you need. As Deepak said, we are a member, volunteer-led, member-driven organization, and we as staff are here to support and act as partners in executing that mission. So, you know, we get paid to support you, so never hesitate to reach out and ask for help. So Preeti, this actually has some builds in it. So if you just want to hit there should be some blue bubbles that pop up if you just want to press the go forward button twice. And the reason I put this slide up is it's important for everyone to know that when it comes to the IEEE wide goals and the IEEE strategic plan, I call to your attention the third bullet, the be a trusted source of educational service and resources to support lifelong learning. So in our 5-year strategic plan, as all of IEEE, education is one of the 5 main things we're going to focus on. And then when you think about it, the second bullet, enhance the public's understanding of engineering and technology. And the fourth bullet, provide opportunities for career and professional development. Those all tie directly into educational activities. So we're very excited that education is and career support and development are so important within IEEE strategic goals. Next slide. Yeah, there's our blue boxes. Yeah, just hit it 2 more times and it should switch slides. My apologies, there's some animations here. 1 more and it should go to the next slide. Great. Okay, so this is also very important. It isn't educational activities alone that delivers IEEE education. It's a combined effort of all of the major units of IEEE and, quite frankly, all of the activities in local units, right? When that student branch conducts a seminar, right, or a workshop, that's really important for creating a good member experience. The more we can let people know about it, the better. But we all have to work together to support the education of IEEE and to improve the value for IEEE members when it comes to education. So we look at ourselves as EA as kind of supporting it and supporting other units in doing it, but we all have to work together to make that happen. Next slide. So in educational activities, I think you're all probably aware, you may not know, some of you are newer names that I haven't seen. We do 3 big things. We have pre-university activities. There's some programs listed here that I'll go over later. We do university activities and we do continuing education. So we follow an engineer or technology professional throughout their life, and we offer different functions and programs for the support of those people. I'm not going to talk about every program here. There's a lot of things on the education website. There's going to be more shared at Sections Congress. What I'm going to talk about today is things that you can use to improve your members' experience and to make it, you know, you're the education chairs. So letting your members know about these things to make their lives better is important. So let's go to the next slide. And so again, I'm not going to go through everything, but again, we focus on a big piece of what educational activities does. We are supported by an allocation for member dues. So we know it's our job to improve member value. And so some things we do in that space, the Learning Network, I'll talk about later. We're very proud of that. That's, you know, you used to have to look at 50 different places to find continuing education at IEEE. Now you only have to go to 1. We have a certificate program to issue certificates when people take courses. We have significant improvements to our course program quality. The quality of the courses was okay before, but now it's top notch when you take an online continuing education course. And then micro volunteering, you know, the volunteer STEM portal is great. I think that picture maybe Norliza and Liut in Region 10, actually, at a TISP workshop. So, you know, volunteering opportunities to do STEM outreach is great. And we know that many members value that, right? They want to give back to their community. Next slide. So I'm going to talk about some recent developments when it comes to the e-learning library. As I mentioned, some recent ones that are recently available are things in the right-hand side like 5G and automotive cybersecurity. So we're building, we survey members before we build courses. And we don't just build one, 30-minute course. We build series of courses in the topic to be able to cover the topic in a little more detail. We dramatically lowered the price of courses last year. And we're looking at other options for course pricing. You'll often see that we have a 10 for $10 campaign. So we try to find ways to lower the price of courses even more. But we were able to lower them 70% for members and $19 for students. And again, we often have course promotions and discount programs from time to time. IEEE Day, we're going to have a promotion tied into Sections Congress, all to try to make the pricing as low as possible for members. Next slide. Another area that I really hope many of you in Region 10, I know some of you have already gotten involved in this. The tryengineering.org website, that is the website we have that focuses on STEM outreach. And Lorraine is going to talk about the STEM portal in a moment. But we have the ability through the Google Translate engine to translate into local languages. Google's not perfect, but the version of Google Translate we bought allows us to make improvements to the translation. So, if you're in Pakistan and you want to have Urdu be better explained, we can get you access to improve the translation quality of the website. So we could use some more volunteers to participate in this. We're starting to do lesson plan translations. We put them in HTML. So if you are willing, or people who would be willing to help with the translation of tryengineering.org, it would be greatly appreciated. Next slide. EPICS and IEEE, I think many of you already know about this. It's yet another, you guys talked about program funding. Region 10 is definitely a leader in program funding. EPICS and IEEE allows members to apply for funding, typically university students, and they can apply what they've learned in their local community. We funded a number of programs in Region 10. Grants can go up to $10,000 for the project. And so EPICS and IEEE, the website's down here at the bottom, epics.ieee.org. If you know of students that would want money to do community service projects and apply their engineering skills to improve their community, EPICS and IEEE is a great place for them to apply for that type of funding. Very similar to site program funding, except that there has to be a service learning component. Next slide. Eta Kappa Nu is growing in Region 10. We've got, I believe it's 7 or 9 student chapters now. This is the honor society in IEEE's fields of interest, where we recognize the highest achieving students. They can become a part of IEEE Eta Kappa Nu on top of being an IEEE student member. But the most important thing about Eta Kappa Nu that I think is important is the amount of community service they do. A part of being an Eta Kappa Nu member is to have exemplary character, and those students have to apply and use community service. During the pandemic, we did over 45,000 hours of community service. The year before that, we did almost 80,000 hours of community service. So once you can get these kids involved in Eta Kappa Nu, these students, they have the opportunity, they're required to go out and serve their community, and they're changing the world. They're making the world a better place. So this is a great facet of Eta Kappa Nu. And if you don't have an Eta Kappa Nu student chapter at your university, please consider doing it. I think Supavati is in this picture. She got one started at her university in Thailand after a call just like this. So please do consider it. Next slide. This is something we're very excited about. We did a lot of virtual events for free, and some of the most well-attended, I'll share later, events were in the teaching area. We were surprised by this. We thought that a lot of IEEE members or professors, et cetera, they know teaching pretty well. They look to IEEE for support, especially in online education as we shifted to the pandemic. So launching probably next month will be a new website called teaching.ieee.org. We're doing it in partnership with the IEEE Education Society, and it's designed for university professors and university administration to teach, teaching, right? pedagogy, etc. Help create communities where professors can share ideas and connect with one another. And it's going to be a new website dedicated to the excellence in teaching in the engineering professions at the university level. So we're very excited. Again, that will be launching probably next month. Next slide. English for technical professionals. This is also very exciting. We used to offer English for engineering. It was okay, but it didn't have professional language learning pedagogy behind it. English for technical professionals is a very impressive set of courses. We actually just launched. One of the big complaints in English for engineering was it didn't have a speech component. Now you can record yourself. It listens to your recording. It checks how well you said it. It lets you listen back. There's a whole speech component, and English for technical professionals is designed with language learning pedagogy behind it. So if you don't know English at all, it's not great, right? You have to have some basic English skills, but as an engineer or technical professional, it allows you to improve your English to engage in that community even more so. This is a very, very valuable opportunity for members, and we know members like it very much. It's one of the most popular courses we offer. Next slide. I mentioned certificates. If in your local unit you want to offer IEEE CEUs, professional development hours, we now have online badging. You'll see some of these at the bottom that people can tag on their LinkedIn accounts, etc. I know many members in Region 10 post their certificates, etc. on their LinkedIn profile. We're very excited about that. But we can also support you in certificates for your local events. We can help get those certificates created for you, log who achieved them, etc. There's a process to do that. If you go to the IEEE.org/education website and click on certificates, you'll see that. But we're also, I've given Tahiya's email address. Tahiya will be more than happy to walk anyone through that. But certificates, we know members find that adds value to their membership. So if you're conducting a seminar, do consider offering certificates to your members if they complete the seminar. Next slide. The IEEE Learning Network, as I mentioned, up until about 2 years ago, you had to go to 50+ websites across IEEE to find continuing education. Now, we don't have everything there, but I'm going to show you the next slide how many different units across IEEE include content in ILN. But the best part is members now have one place. Just like IEEE Explore has our publications, it's one place where almost all of our continuing education can be found. Some of the courses you can take right in the tool, others send you off to the website to actually take it. But as a member, members, one of the most important reasons members do is continuing education. This really puts it to them in a very clean way and adds value to their membership. And the next slide is just going to talk about that. We're very excited. We launched with about 12 partners. Brady, if you want to put the next slide up. We now have, I believe, 31 partners from across IEEE offering continuing education on the IEEE Learning Network. So we're extremely excited about that. The slide didn't advance for me. Did it advance for others? Brady, can you hear me?
Next slide, please.
Yep, perfect. So this just gives you an idea. If in your local unit you have continuing education or webinars you'd like to offer to all the IEEE members, you can see one of the groups in here is the Boston section, Women in Engineering, IEEE USA. If there are Region 10 activities, if there are local section activities, if there are council activities that you would like to have listed on ILN, we're more than happy to do that. To list it, there's no charge. If you want us to host the course and have members take it and generate funding from it, there's a small annual charge per user, but it's quite modest. But to list the content is absolutely free, and so we encourage anyone who has educational content to consider listing it on the IEEE Learning Network. Next slide. And I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit here. Innovation at Work, if you want to know what's happening in continuing education at IEEE, it's our social digital media channel where we do blog posts, etc. Innovationatwork.IEEE.org really is a vibrant place where people can learn about what's happening in continuing education from educational activities. Next slide. I mentioned the virtual events. Region 10 is leading the way in many virtual events. You guys have done so many great webinars in response to the pandemic. IEEE Educational Activities has been doing some too. We never did webinars before. Now we have webinars that are attended by almost 20,000 people. These are great. And we're going to be doing more and more webinars in the future. We do them in every facet of what we do, from technical talks to the to digital learning to engineering activities. You're going to see more and more webinars from Educational Activities because they're so well attended. Next slide. All those webinars are also available digitally. I'm almost done with my presentation, and this is really important. We have the opportunity to recognize excellence around the world in education, and we offer many EAB awards in pre-university education, for societies that do professional education, for professors that do great work with their students, for pre-university teachers that do great work for their students. Please consider nominating. If you know someone who's doing something excellent in education, please consider nominating them. It's a beautiful ceremony. Their funding is paid to attend the ceremony, and it's a great way to recognize one of the most important facets of what IEEE does. So if you know great educators, please do consider that award, nominating them for an EAB award. Next slide. And then the last piece that's coming, this isn't just from EAB, but we're very excited. All of you know Professor Toshio Fukuda, the former IEEE president from Region 10 in Japan. He has pressed that we launch something new in education. It's taking us a little while to do it because we want to do it right, but it's partnered across IEEE with standards and technical activities and many different groups. And the idea is to offer an academy in a technical subject for technical learners. Next slide. We got started with a retreat at the board level last January, where everyone agreed that we have to do more in continuing education. We need a vision and plan for it, and we have to do more internal collaboration for education. So that led to what were these IEEE academies. Next slide. The lifelong learning Committee on Continuing Education is nice and broad and diverse, similar to the slides that Deepak shared before. It's got representation from most of the major regions of IEEE. It's got nice mix of gender, and it's extremely passionate organization who want to add value to members in continuing education. Next slide. And so what we're going to have launching in Q3 of this year, maybe early Q4, but I hope to have it at late Q3. We are going to have 3 new academies that get launched, which is going to be more than just a set of basic courses. You'll have a little bit more thorough explanation of some of the areas underneath it in AI, Internet of Things, and Smart Grid. So there'll be courses that members can take that give them more detail on these very important, very quote unquote hot, buzzy areas in technology that, you don't need to be, a coder to take the IEEE Academy in AI, but it'll give members a good overview of the subject matter, in more detail than a typical course, but also bite-sized learning. So you'll be able to learn about it in more bite-sized pieces. We're very excited that this is going to be launching in Q3 of this year. And big thank you to President Fukuda for getting this started. Next slide. And I think that's it. Yeah, so there's a lot of email addresses and contact information throughout this presentation. Feel free to reach out. But if you ever need anything, never hesitate to reach out directly to me, and I will get you to the right person. So j.mesh@ieee.org is my email address. And I want to thank you all very much again for waking up early on a Saturday morning for IEEE and for all you do for the IEEE members. It's greatly appreciated. Keep up the great work, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jami sir, for in-depth information on IEEE products and resources. Certainly, all of us will explore and use these EA products in future activities to enhance our member experience, right from IEEE Tri-Engineering Learning Network to IEEE Academy. I request you to please accept the virtual token of gratitude from IEEE Region 10 EA team.
Thank you.
Thank you once again, sir. Further, I call upon one more gem and mentor from IEEE Global, Lorena Gracia, IEEE EAB Pre-Education Coordinating Committee Chair, to make us aware on Try Engineering and STEM portal. Over to you, Lorena ma'am.
Thank you, Preeti. Can I share my screen, please? Thank you. Okay, I think here it is. Yes. Okay, well, thanks, Preeti and Takako, for the invitation, for joining this special event of educational activities, and thanks for taking the lead in organizing this and giving us the opportunity to present the educational activities program, and with a special focus on pre-university education. As Jamie mentioned, we launched this year the STEM portal, and I'm happy to share this information with you. Well, you all know that technology is the result of people. We need we know that there is a gap for professionals in engineering and in technology fields. We need a diverse pipeline of talent, and this is the reason why IEEE invest in STEM education, and not only in electronics or electrical engineering or computer engineering. We envision that youth see themselves as someone who can improve the world through STEM careers. I'm not sure if you're saying the same as me. Okay. So that's why educational activities has a special focus on pre-university education. We have created this tagline about sharing, giving back, and inspiring. Of course, we want to create and provide opportunities and resources for volunteers, educators, and students. We want that to support the effort that volunteers are doing in STEM outreach, assisting educators in bringing STEM into their classrooms, and helping students explore STEM careers. We want to inspire and encourage students to aspire to engineering and technology careers. We do it through student workshops, to competitions, teacher workshops, STEM resources. We know that in all around the world, there are volunteers doing this type of activities, and what we want in IEEE in educational activities is to support these efforts. These efforts are led inside educational activities through the Pre-University Education Coordinating Committee, or PECC. Our mission is to promote and enhance the level of technological literacy of pre-university educators and students. For that, we have created a set of resources and pedagogical practices for pre-university educators and students and volunteers, and with the objective of encouraging students to inspire careers related to science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM. For that, we have created a set of programs around the Try Engineering brand. We have the tryengineering.org. I will talk about this a little bit more soon. This is our pre-university engineering education portal for educators and students, and now for IEEE volunteers through the STEM portal. We also have the Try Engineering Summer Institute, that is a 2-week summer college experience for 8th to 12th grade students. It's a summer camp with activities related to engineering and technology. Last year, we couldn't do it because of the pandemic, of the COVID-19, and this year we still haven't decided if we will be able to organize it this year because of the risk of because of COVID. But we hope that we can do it this year again, or at least in the next one. And the Try Engineering Together is a learning platform that allows to connect mentors from industry, engineers that are working in industry, to students from 3rd to 5th grade in schools. And we give is a electronic platform that allows also teachers to guide the conversation through materials that we have created, and that then the kids can talk about this with their mentors. This is a very interesting program. Both Train Engineering Summer Institute and Train Engineering Together are right now have started in the United States, but we are trying to figure out how we can move these to other countries. But by now, I will more focus in trainengineering.org. As I said, this is our pre-university engineering education web portal. Is an open web page where we have resources for educators to assist them in bringing engineering and technology into their classrooms. We do this through the lesson plans. Probably some of you are already aware of those, and provides students with resources to prepare them for STEM careers. We include resources like the lesson plans and other resources like STEM fields, information about different engineering disciplines in engineering and technology. We have a special session about meet an engineer. If you want to have your profile highlighted here, let me know. We will be happy to do it. Those are stories about real engineers, of course, mainly IEEE members, so that students can know what engineers are doing in real life. We have some games. We have information about universities. It's a very comprehensive resource for finding universities in almost every country. And of course, we have included a set of resources about virtual learning for supporting teachers and parents and students during this COVID-19 situation where we have to stay at home learning. If you are not familiar with train engineering, you can see here, this is here are the resources for teachers. We have the lesson plans here. You can find that, you can see that we have, you can search for categories. We have different categories for different topics. You can search by the ages of the audience that you have. And it's a very comprehensive material with all the information that every teacher can use easily to take these activities to the classrooms, or even volunteers can use this material for creating STEM outreach activities. Let me come back to the presentation. Well, some things that we have created around trainengineering.org. Last year, we launched the Volunteer Lesson Plan Toolkit. This comes from the Sections Congress 2017, I think, yeah. It was one of the recommendations about that, like volunteers wanted to have more resources for doing STEM outreach activities. So we created this Volunteer Lesson Plan Toolkit. That is, we chose 15 lesson plans that more than 100 that we have already in trainengineering.org, and we created additional resources for supporting the implementation of these lesson plans. One is a video that focuses on the design challenge and possible solutions. Videos, I'm sorry, like this one, very nice videos. And we also have the PowerPoint that the teacher can just download them and just use it directly. Of course, all of this material is free to use. And we also have one video about the engineering design process and detailed instructions on how to implement the lesson plans. Here is the link if you want to explore more about this. And we have also started with a new initiative that we call Train Engineering Tuesday. This is we have created like a blog for each topic, for different topics. We want to partner with IEEE societies. So every month we launch a new topic supported with for one of the IEEE societies. So far, we have worked with Oceanic Engineering, Aerospace and Electronic Systems Society, and Photonics Society, and we are creating some content also with Computer Society, and of course, we will have more in the upcoming months. This includes a student guide with activities about explore, discover, inspire, and share. And we also have a webinar with a guest speaker from the Technical Society, where he or she explains what he does in real life and share more information about the specific topic. And the nice thing is that then students that follow all this guide can earn a badge like these ones, and they can collect each badge. So the idea is that teachers help students for reviewing all the information, all the content. And of course, the invitation is if you are involved with any society in IEEE, and if you want to participate and help us to create the content or participating in the webinar, we would love to work with you in creating this content for your society. And here is the link, so where you can find the information that we already have for these societies. So now I'm going to introduce the volunteer STEM portal. We know that we already have a lot of resources as educational activities, as IEEE, but we also know that there are many programs led by volunteers happening around the world, directed to inspire students, or working with the students to inspire them to follow these STEM careers, or be more familiar with technology and engineering and science. But at the end, volunteers didn't have a portal or a resource where they can find, they can share the work that they are doing, or we didn't have a special resources place, a place for resources for volunteers to help them in implementing these activities, or we didn't have a mean for collecting the data to know what we are doing as IEEE. How are we collectively impacting young people? So that's why in January 21st this year, we launched the STEM portal. This is a key initiative from IEEE President Cassie Land. She has been very supportive of this initiative. And this is a resource that employs the power of IEEE volunteer expertise, experience, and range to drive STEM outreach. We want that all technical chapters, societies, councils, sections, affinity groups, student branches, HKM chapters can share the things that they are doing in STEM outreach. This effort has been supported by volunteers and staff from several OUs inside IEEE, like MGA, Technical Activities, IEEE USA, and of course, educational volunteers from and staff of the educational activities. So we want that you can feel like you can find here resources for you, things that are going to support the work that you are doing in pre-university and STEM. And at the end, the idea is to engage and impact as many students as possible. So what is the STEM portal? It's a searchable library where of current STEM programs led by volunteers. We also have programs for some partners. Volunteers can submit their programs, including the design document, the supporting materials, and the results of their implementation with the students. And on the other side, if you or any volunteers want to do STEM outreach activities but don't have a specific idea, you can go here and search the database and get the inspiration you need from other experiences that may fit your needs and context. The portal also includes a series of resources to support volunteers with ideas and best practices for your current or new programs. And we think it is important to know what is happening in this field globally. So we have included a mechanism for volunteers to report the results of their programs integrated with the tools. In this way, we can have some metrics about the impact that we're collectively doing, and have the information that will allow us to recognize the work of our volunteers. We're working on a Try Engineering Ambassador program that will allow us to recognize the work that volunteers are doing. In addition, we will launch also this year a grant program that will allow us to fund initiatives that the volunteers have. That could be new programs that at the end will come to the portal, or for replicating programs that you will find into the STEM portal. We are still defining the criteria and the amounts and things like that, but we hope to launch this in a couple of months. So if you have an idea, you can also apply here. And at the end, what we want is that volunteers feel more engaged to this type of activities, to help them build the local STEM community, make connections, and of course, impact as many students as possible. In summary, our mission is to provide the opportunities and resources for volunteers that will inspire young people to become the professionals who will improve the world through engineering and technology. Of course, like hands-on practical activities, learning how to become a technical professionals, connecting with engineering and technology role models, real-life success in engineering and technology. We feel like all these type of activities will help us in our mission. So I will go. This is, as I show you, this is the entry point for the portal. I will go here. This is tryengineering.org. And here you will find this orange or yellow box. You will find here the IEEE volunteers. This is the STEM portal. And if you go here, you will find different things. First, you will find in the main page the STEM outreach programs that we already have. We have divided the programs into 9 categories: camps, competitions, or STEM fairs, girls in STEM. This is something supported with by Women in Engineering in IEEE. Mentoring programs, student workshops, or teacher workshops, or if the program is about industry or company tours, career days, or programs for parents. In each of these boxes, you can go and you will find the programs that we already have there. I know this is a program for Region 10, a very important program. Or we also have some other competitions here. For example, let's go here to RoboFest. Here you will find a description of the program. You will find the information of who is organizing the program and the email, so you can contact the person if you want to have more information or support the initiative. Then you have here some specific details about the program, the age of the audience, or if, for example, if it include parents or educators, if the program is targeted for underrepresented populations, some explanations, if the program can be implemented virtually, and then you will find the implementation guide. These are some questions that we ask to the person who is submitting the program about the requirements and the budget and the materials that they need. So you can find the information here if you want to replicate the program in your local section or any OU. And at the end, information about the most recent event, the last event that they organized, so you can see how popular it was. And then you will find some attachments. For example, here is the marketing materials or other information, pictures, or the guides that the volunteer is using for the program, any content. We want that, of course, the information, the general information of the program will be in English, but the attachment could be in any language. And we're working in a phase 2 for making some improvements to the portal, and we're planning to include some label or tag about the language, so you easily can find if you are looking for a specific material in a specific language, you can easily find it. And at the end, you can also print the program, all the information in one PDF, so it will be easier to use. The other nice thing that we have here is the event map. I'm sorry, I'm not in the main page. Here you will find the upcoming STEM outreach events. As I said, We now, if you go to vTools, as you as volunteers know how to report events in vTools, events vTools. Now you can find here a special category about pre-university education. So if you organize an event in your section or any of you, and you want to report it through vTools, you will find there is a category about that says this is an activity for pre-university, and all of the events that you create there will be posted here. So now you can find here that we have soon an event coming on Region 10 in India next April. So you can find here the information that it is automatically populated from vTools. I'm sorry, it seems like my internet is slow. This is, as you can see it here, is all the information that the volunteers have added on vTools. So it's a way also for promoting your events and let other people know about it. Especially now that most of the events are virtually, this is a good way for promoting it. Well, here you can find in Share Your Program, you will find the form where you can, if you have a program, and I heard the call for projects that Preeti shared before. And of course, I would like to see all of those projects that come from with the support of Region 10 here in the portal after they are completed. You will find here a sample program that will guide you through the information that you will need to submit your event. And here is the submit button. I won't go further. And of course, we want that you provide your results. Here we are updating regularly these statistics. We have now 18 programs from 9 regions, but the most important part, we think, is like the number of students and teachers that we have impacted. That's very important. So here you can share your the results of your event on vTools, but if you are not familiar with vTools, or you don't like it, or you have any problem with vTools, you can also use an alternative for reporting your events. The idea is that you don't have any problem with that, you don't find any excuse for not reporting your event. And at last, we have this page about with resources. We also have some categories here, and you can go here and explore all the resources, and I'm sure that you will find things that will help you and guide you for creating new programs or helping you in implementing the ideas that you have to working with kids. So that was a very quick demo. And well, at the end, the invitation is that we will, what we envisioned is see this map full of activities all around the world that we can show to the world what we are doing as IEEE volunteers. And of course, that you will find here the resource and the support you need for creating more events and more activities for inspiring as many students as possible. Well, some information about how to join our STEM team. First, as I said, please share your program. Here is the link, or you can go directly to the portal. We want to know what you are doing. Report your events. You know, well, a program can have several events because you already have the idea, but you implemented several times for different people, for different audience, for example. So at the end, every time that you do a new implementation of your program, we need that you report that event, and we will to know the information and the audience you had and the results that you have there. And if we're also having a pilot, we call it a special testing group. We are looking for volunteers wanting to use the portal and let us know the feedback. and we are supporting them with some funds for creating new programs. At this time, we're looking for people without experience in STEM outreach activities that can start here for
So,
knowing more about the STEM. I will finish. I will finish. And the last invitation: join our pre-university collaborative community and the training Facebook group. Here are the links. And if you need more information, please contact me. My email, lorenagarcia@ieee.org, or our great staff team, Donna Schultz or Bord Beach. We will be very happy to hear from you and to help you or guide you to use the STEM portal. Thank you so much again for inviting me and let me to share this information with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lorena. There is one question for you. How can we access the portal? Do we need any password to access the portal?
The portal is open to everyone. Everyone can go and read the content. But the only part that needs an IEEE account, the same account that you use in all IEEE pages, is for submitting the program. Only IEEE volunteers can submit a program or share a program, but that's the only part where an IEEE account is needed. But the content is open to everybody.
Thank you, Lorena. Brajaj ma'am, are you? Over to you, Brajaj ma'am, for a minute. You are Brajaj ma'am. Thank you so much, Lorena ma'am, for your inputs. And your inputs will definitely help all the participants and volunteers in planning their activities using Try Engineering and STEM to improve the world with technology.
Thank you so much.
I request you to please accept the virtual token of gratitude from IEEE R-10 team. Manoj sir? Lorena ma'am?
Thank you so much. It is my honor.
Thank you so much. In the last segment of this workshop, now I request Dr. Takako Hashimoto, Project in Charge IEEE Region 10 EAC, Ravi Kumar Tiwari, and Usman Ali, Reaching Local Brand Ambassadors of IEEE Region 10 EAC, for highlighting the need and impact of reaching local initiatives by IEEE Region 10. Over to you, Dr. Takako ma'am and team.
Okay, thank you so much. And Ravi, do you want to start with your talk? Okay. So can I share my screen? Is it okay?
Yes, Takako, please go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this great opportunity to join this great team. So education activity team in Region 10 and working together with all of you. And yeah, I am Takako Hashimoto. They're currently serving as a member of Educational Activity Board and a member of Educational Activity Board Pre-University Education Coordination Committee. So I'm working together with Lorena and Lorena. Thank you so much. And also I am serving as a Japan Council, IEEE Japan Council Chair, and I am in charge of the educational activities in Japan as well. Okay. Okay, so the Reaching Local project was launched last year, as Jamie mentioned, based on the strategic plan of Professor Toshio Fukuda, our IEEE past president, and under the leadership of the Professor Akinori Nishihara, IEEE Region 10 past director. And now this project is strongly supported by the Deepak Mathur, our Region 10 director, and Lance Funk, Region 10 director-elect. And of course, the Preeti Bajari, our Region 10 educational activity chair, the leadership is very, very significant. Thank you so much. And IGP Japan is promoting the following two activities as part of Reaching Local project. The first one is Engineer Spotlight, that is live webinar. So to highlight popular, distinguished engineers and technologies in local languages. That means in Japanese. And another one is popular videos, lectures with subtitles of local languages. And actually, we are utilizing Japanese subtitles, and it has Chinese subtitles as well. So, and the target contents currently are 2019 ICRA, that is Robotics and Automation Society's one of the biggest conference keynotes. So let me start with Engineer Spotlight. So Engineer Spotlight, so we IEEE Japan has working on this Engineer Spotlight since May of last year. This is because due to the corona pandemic, so a lot of people had to stay home, and they wanted to have a kind of lectures or any information, knowledge from anywhere. So, and actually IEEE, as you know, has very good resources and high quality educational contents, and also smart members. So therefore, we decided to start the Engineer Spotlight in Japan. And actually, young professionals and women engineering in Japan have been actively participated to organize the webinars in Japanese language. And so far, we conducted 12 webinars. So almost at first, once in a week, until for one to four, number 4, and then we are now organizing the webinar almost once a month. And this is a quite a basic statistic of Engineer Spotlight in Japan. And you can see the first one was a talk about internet and IEEE, and by Professor Akinori Nishihara. And this content was viewed by around 200 viewers and people. And actually, the 50% of viewers were pre-university students. A lot of pre-university students watched his video. And number 3 is about the young entrepreneurs' experience to develop his career. And this talk was really good, and we received 100% satisfaction from audience. And the number 4 talk is about 5G. So it is also very good talk and very timely talk. And so many people are registered, almost 300, and almost 240 people watched his video or watched his joined this spotlight. And actually, there among them, almost 40% of them are university students. And number 6 is a robotics topic by the young engineer of robotics company. And so it is also very, it is also collected very many attendees like this, and undergraduate and postgraduate students joined his session. Then last year, October, so Professor Seishi Takamura, Dr. Seishi Takamura, he is a member of Region EXCOM. He talked about the information compression technology. And this was also very good contents, a good lecture. And some universities are now using his contents as an introduction for information compression technology. And number 9, so this is a talk about the tips to make online classes more effective. This is also very timely topic, and a lot of people are interested in his talk. And number 11, so last month, so we organized the future dream, about the future dream. So by Dr. Kazutoshi Takeuchi, he is a very popular robotics engineer, and he is developing the robotics for disabled to participate in society. It is a very important technology for our society, and got 90% satisfaction from audiences. So of course, the other talks were also very, very good, very well, and received really good responses by the audiences as well. And finally, so the next engineer spotlight. So we are pleased to welcome our past IEEE president, Professor Toshio Fukuda. So he is talking about robotics world and me. So, and the secret story of the IEEE president. So this is a very, very important lecture for us. And we are now collecting a lot of attendees, and we hope to attract many people by this talk. Yeah. And next, I would like to introduce the popular video lectures with subtitles of local languages. Okay. And this project, this activity is led by Professor Jidong Wang. He is a Robotics and Automation Society Vice President and Professor of Chiba Institute of Technology. So he is leading the translation to Japanese and Chinese, as well as Chinese. So, and simplified Chinese and traditional Thai Chinese, both Chinese, he is translating. And there's our content image. So there currently we are distributing the following two contents. The first one is our Yoshio Benjo I-class plenary keynote. Professor Yoshio Benjo is a professor of University of Montreal, and the title is Challenges for Deep Learning Towards AI. And he is a very famous professor for developing deep learning, and his talk is very inspiring and inspired a lot of young generation should be inspired by his talk. And another talk is Ryan Gariepi, to move fast and don't break things, commercializing robotics at the speed of venture capital. It is also a very interesting talk. And Ryan Gariepi is a very famous, popular entrepreneur in robotics field. And he talked about his experience for developing robotics business. And I would like to introduce just a few moments. So sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. I will introduce our contents briefly. Sorry. Yeah, this is our contents example by Ryan, area B, and this one, like this, or like this. Okay, so you can choose a subtitle like from this menu, and you can choose the off subtitle off in English and simplified Chinese and traditional Chinese and Japanese and English both, and also automatically translation. And if we choose the Japanese and English subtitle, so we can see the English subtitle and Japanese subtitle in the same time, and the Japanese student can learn the contents of the topic as well as the English. So this is a quite popular subtitle for Japanese people. And a lot of Japanese people are now watching this video and enjoy their plenary talk like this. It is very nice content. Okay. And then okay. So, and the e-notice, so to promote these activities, we found e-notice is very effective. So for example, Professor Benjio's video, so e-notice was sent to all IEEE members in Japan on June 22, and actually it led to an access peak. And another e-notice to send to all IEEE members in Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau on June 29 last year. And finally, thanks to this e-notice distribution, finally, the Professor Benja's video reached over 4.8K views. And I just show the kind of this access history. So, and after e-notice, the number of users jumped up like this, very increased, strongly increased. And also, this is information about top geographies and top subtitle or CC languages of Professor Benjo's talk. And Japan is the top geographies for this video. And also Japanese subtitle is the top subtitles. So for these contents. So they're adding the Japanese subtitle is quite effective to attract Japanese people and important increase their number of access for these videos. Another one is Professor Ryan Gabriel's talk, also same tendency we can see, yeah, like this. And Japanese access from Japan is quite many. A lot of people are now watching his video with Japanese subtitles. It is very effective activity reaching locals. So I think this kind of activity is very, very useful for effective for IEEE, not only IEEE but in society, but for society. And actually, they're promoting reaching local project. We found this effect. For just the most important one is we could attract more students and younger generations and industry engineers in Japan. And we could establish a really strong bond network with College of Technology and super science high schools. It is very important stakeholder for IEEE, and thanks to reaching local project, we could establish this good network and increase IEEE presence in society. So we could increase IEEE presence in society in Japan. It is also very important for IEEE. And another effect is that reaching locals project is accelerating educational activities in Japan. So actually now, all the 9 sections in Japan have appointed educational activity chairs, and the Japan Council has appointed educational activity coordinator. So now we have a really good system for promoting educational activity. And Mayumi Suzuki, IEEE Japan Council Education Activity Coordinator, is leading the Japan education activities. So it is also very good effect from reaching local project. So thank you so much. And I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy to be part of the team for promoting education activities. EA is quite important in our society, so especially in these difficult days due to caused by COVID-19. But education activities value is quite significant, and we are so happy to promote these education activities continuously. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Takako. Since we are getting late, so I would request Ravi to have quickly some more inputs on reaching local.
Yes, sure, sure. Ma'am. Let's see, let's see. So is it started? Yeah. Started.
Ravi, again you have to share.
Yeah. Now it is showing.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tobacco. The Japan Council is certainly a role model for all the sections and OUs to look after how the reaching local project should be. So Tobacco has explained the how part of reaching local initiative. I am just going to brief you the why part. So why reaching local is so significant, especially to the IEEE R-10 region. So this has already been covered by Dr. Bajaj ma'am and about the IEEE Reaching Local initiative. And I'm just concentrating why reaching local is so insignificant to IEEE R-10 region. So this is how IEEE operates at large. So like we have regions, then we have councils, sections, chapters, affinity groups, subsections. So that's how we IEEE reach out to the members and probably the potential members also of IEEE. Now that's how the channels that all the OUs follow, like networking events, webinars, programs, workshop, the intention conference, social media. So these are all the channels that every OU follow to build the community. And community is the very valuable asset for IEEE. Now, this is a very important slide that I want to show you, and that is going to set the context of IEEE Region 10, and that is why reaching local is so significant. So these are the few stats that shows the diversity of IEEE Region 10. So alone in South Asia, we have 650 languages. And then in India alone, so in India alone, we have 22 major languages and 720 dialects. That's how that's you can see. So India alone itself is so much diverse country, and if you see Asia Pacific, it's so diverse. So you can see IEEE Region 10 is all comprised of South Asia and Asia Pacific. Now, this slide, so this particular picture, you can see the percentage of English speaking speakers by country and dependency on the English. So you can see the region 10. So all the nations, all the regions, all the countries that falls under the region 10. So you will see the percentage of English speaking is only 0.1 to 20%. So that you can see that non-English speaking, every country has too many non-English speakers, right? Although they can speak English, but it's always a second or third language, right? Now, so the reaching local goals is to cross that barrier, right? So what are the barriers? So obviously the language is going to be a very biggest barrier to reach out to the locals, and the IEEE also believe in the regions, right? So we divide OUs, we have divided OUs, and it's in regions, right? So reaching out to locals with their regional language and their native language, the language that spoke as a first language, right? So the obviously the main objective is to enhance the public understanding of engineering and technology, be a trusted source of educational resources and successful learning experience, then raise the awareness of IEEE brand. Now, let us understand the very FAQs. So, what are the FAQs that might be getting in mind when anyone heard of what is IEEE Reaching Local project, right? So, what's the new with IEEE Reaching Local project? So, let me just tell you, everything remains the same. Everything remains the same. All the activities, all the projects, all the events that any OU does, except for the target audience for reaching any project or any event that you are doing in reaching local is going to be a non-English speaker, non-English speaking audience, and those with like the other barriers, it is difficult to reach out to them. For example, if we may have a certain college or school or university which is situated in remote area or maybe not even have heard of IEEE before. So that could be another target audience, but more or less, it's going to be a non-English speaking audience. Then how to measure the impact? So if you are doing any event or any activities under reaching local projects, how you can measure the impact? So though there is no direct way to measure the impact of programs, but some of the metrics that you can note it down maybe after post event or maybe during the event is how many number of non-English speaker attendees were there, how many number of non-English speaking attendees have shown their interest to become IEEE member, right? Now many number of attendees got motivated to pursue higher education and especially in technical education, right? Then whether only IEEE OUs that is coming from the non-English regions are eligible to apply? No, not necessary. OUs with English as a major language in their region can also identify the barriers to reach out to local or public in general. So like for example, like I said, the barriers could be something like a school or university in the remote area, like it resides in the remote area. So that could be a barrier to reach out, right? So any OUs coming from the English speaking region, so they need to write it down what are the barriers they are addressing and how they are proposing to overcome that barrier, right? Then a few more FAQs, like for example, can programs such as career development and grow with IEEE conducted in local language? Yes. Apart from the other language, what other barriers can be addressed? So, like I already explained this, universities, school, colleges situated in remote areas, never heard of IEEE, can be another target audience, right? Now, is there any SOP to conduct event activity under reaching local project? No, there is no such SOP design at R10 level. You can very well take a reference of the IEEE Japan section, which just now Tokyo has explained. So, but we want OUs to be innovative, unique, think out of the box way to achieve the desired object of this reaching local project, right? Now, this is what reaching R10 at R10 we have done this. So we have started a R10 reaching local YouTube channel, and we have created a playlist based on the different languages. So we have all the ambassadors of reaching local projects. They are developing the content based on their own language. So from there, so like we till now we have playlist in Marathi, Telugu, Chinese, Malayalam, Bahasa Indonesia, Bahasa Melayu. So these are all the playlists that has been created on this channel, right? Now we have one more IEEE ambassador, Usman, who has conducted some activities in Lahore section. So one case study that has been already explained by Takako, which is of the IEEE Japan section. I request Usman to just quickly in 2 to 4 minutes, he can just share his experience of how he has done at IEEE Lahore section. So over to Usman. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ravi, for the introduction and for the amazing presentation. First of all, I would like to thank Sir Deepak and Ma'am Preeti for showing interest on me and engaging me for Liching Local project. So let's start with the activities we have done before. So in Pakistan, Urdu is the national languages, and despite of the Urdu is the national language in Pakistan, it is also understandable in India and other region of the world. So we have conducted few activities using the Urdu as a language. So we have conducted few online session and we have conducted few online workshops and a few career counseling session. One thing which I would like to mention, can I share my presentation?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what we are very excited about. In early meetings of Reaching Local, Sir Deepak suggested to translate IEEE website in local language. So we have started with this project. So we are converting IEEE website in Urdu language. As Jamie also mentioned, to convert Prime website in Urdu, so we can also support in that part. So here are the sample which I have created in Urdu. This is the basic part of IEEE website which is written on the about section, and here's the translation. Here is the Urdu translation. So we are working very hard to convert the website in local language. So next, there is few things which is a way forward. We are trying to collaborate with local organization promoting Urdu as a language and Urdu content for technical courses. And we are also engaging local influencer. Like in Pakistan, there is an author, Sanul Hasan Usmani, uh, which have written many books in Urdu for technical language. He has also written many advanced books in Urdu like data science, data analytics, and cryptocurrency. And we are also engaging different activities for pre-university students to choose the discipline, to choose the STEM discipline as a main source of education. So that's all from my side. Thank you once again for all for engaging me for this project.
Thank you so much, Usman. It was good. So now, since we are lagging behind the schedule, I would request quickly Dr. Takako Hashimoto to give the concluding remarks. And from yes, thank you, Dr. Takako. Please proceed.
Thank you so much. So running over time. So sorry. Okay. So yeah, actually, we thank you for joining us today, and we are able to organize this wonderful workshop with the warm support of Region 10 Director Deepak Mathur and the cooperation of IEEE Education Activities Headquarters, Jamie and Lorena. And of course, under the strong leadership of the Region 10 Educational Activity Chair, Preeti Bajaj, and of course, the strong bond between our team. So I think this event is just the beginning. I am confident that the educational activities in Region 10 will become more and more active in this year and the coming years. So, and encourage a lot of people, a lot of IGB members and people in our society. So I appreciate your valuable time and patience you have shown today. Additionally, I would like to thank all our guests for giving their valuable time to sparkle our event. So last but not the least, I would like to thank whole EAC team for their hard work in amazing this event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Takako ma'am.
So, Amoli, we will
yes,
have
ma'am, over to you.
we are just making everyone to be panelists. So,
Okay.
so that we can have a group photo before we leave and close this event.
Yes.
So thank you so much once again. And thank you so much, Takako, for all leadership and taking this project ahead, coordinating with everyone and
Everything is
part of
from
this
you.
team.
Thank you.
So Dr. Manoj, if we can, special thanks to Dr. Manoj for managing this show. So Manoj, if we can have a group photo for everyone, and please switch on your video. We are making everyone to be panelists. So yes. So Manoj, done? All windows, please. Second window done. Thank you. I could see Rajeshri madam, Prerna madam. Thank you, Professor Devraj. Nirmal, thank you so much for joining and sparing your precious time. So it is done.
It was so informative.
So official meeting is over, but then I would request if all of you, because it's a very focused, so a small introduction of few seconds, if all of you can give, so we can be more connected with the team. Thank you, Jami. It was, it was really great to have that presentation and Lorena, so that I'm sure many entries you will get in this time from Region 10. So maybe 30 second, 20 second small introduction by the team. Those who are present over here.
Yeah, this is Dr. Suresh Jangam Shetty, IEEE Education Society member since last years ago. And I'm from North Karnataka,
from the Bangalore
subsection.
To be here. I voluntarily opted for this. I'm also the vice chair at the Bangalore subsection and vice chair WI Bangalore section.
Hello, this is Professor Dr. Bhavani Shankar. I am chair IEEE Karachi section. We also produced 3 videos last time myself, produced in Sindhi and Urdu language, and we received $300 prize as well. It's nice to learn more what Japan Council is doing and India Council is doing and what people in Lahore section is doing. So I think it motivates us more to do along these lines. Thank you.
Hello, I am Dr. Rajeshri Jain, Secretary in IEEE India Council, also Educational Activity Coordinator IEEE Pune section. It was indeed, ma'am, a very nice orientation program today. So at least I came to know about so many initiatives under educational activities. Thank you so much for this opportunity, ma'am.
Thank you, Rajeshri, and I'm sure under your leadership we'll have many activities.
Definitely, ma'am. Looking forward.
Good morning, madam. I am Professor Prerna, Treasurer of India Council and past chair of Delhi section. And from Delhi section, 3 of us are attending this workshop, and hopefully we will apply in many of the initiatives, the information we received today. Thank you so much for bringing such a beautiful and well-crafted program to us. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Prerna. So right now our portal can take only one entry from one user. So we'll have many more, I guess, from Delhi section as well. Thank you. So we have many more. So,
Madam, good morning.
Hello, I'm Dr. Moshiki Kaur. I'm representing Kolkata section. I'm also the chair of Electron Devices chapter in Kolkata, and I've been involved with STEM activities already and have received a grant of 25K from EDS. I intend to extend my activities so that I can serve IEEE directly also in STEM activities and all other educational activities. It was a wonderful workshop, very informative. Thank you so much for making me a part of this. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Mosmi.
Hello, good morning. I'm Dr. Noshirwan. I'm the chair of educational activities in IEEE Samvad section. It's really nice to be part of this workshop, and I hope in the future we will also present our activities as well to make this society a successful society in terms of educational activities. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Professor Rachna Garg, presently the chair of IEEE Delhi section, and this was a very informative workshop and tells us about the many initiatives taken by the Educational Activity Society. And in Delhi section, I will be definitely implementing some of these initiatives, and we will be and be in touch with you to improve the activities further in this area. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rachna.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Dr. Suresh.
Yeah, madam, I'm Dr. Suresh Jengamshetty from Bagalkot. Since 33 years, I'm the IEEE member and the education member since last 15 years. I represent North Karnataka subsection as a chair. It was a very good attending right from morning 7:30 a.m. onwards. Though our college time has already crossed, we'll be reaching college late. But it was wonderful. We'll definitely participate. And many new things I was able to learn from today's presentation. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Suresh.
Hello, good morning, madam. I am Dr. Shambhunitra Chatterjee, representing Kolkata section. Actually, I am really interested to extend the EAB program in local languages, and it is very interesting. The workshop is also very effective and very helpful. Okay, we'll try our best to extend the IEEE activities throughout Kolkata and India. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Mr. B.
Hello. Good morning. Myself, Akhilesh Tiwari from Convener Pre-University Committee, IEEE UP section. And it was really very informative workshop. And I'm planning to have 2 workshops in Hindi, our local schools. Thank you.
Thank you. So I could see many, but then we have to close down because there is another event in the same WebEx. Thank you so much once again. Nirmal, will you like to say something?